And with that, we'll go ahead and do our first presentation, which will be Aaron KM6 ABJ, and that will be on the Hamfest. It's just going to be a quick update, so a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on.
So Hamfest is just a little bit over a month away. It's going to be on Saturday, March 22nd this year, still in Loomis. Go ahead and... So we need volunteers. We had lots of volunteers last year, and we're going to need them again this year. It allows everybody to have breaks, and it's going to be at the Loomis, historic Loomis train depot. The address is also on the website. All of this information is on the website, so if you have any questions at all about it, setup is going to begin at 04:30. Is when we're going to start setting up, getting things ready for the sellers who will start arriving at 6 or maybe a little earlier. The buyers at 7 a.m. and they'll definitely start arriving before that. For the sellers, it's $10 per stall. Club members, it's only $5 per stall, and free admission and parking to all the buyers. And volunteers get free coffee and donuts. Aaron, can you speak briefly on the door prizes?
I can. We have, I don't think I brought the list, but we have, so we're giving away a few things. Some of the big prizes. We're going to give away an HF radio. We might talk about that a little bit in a minute. We're looking at either a Zygu 6200 or if we can maybe raise a little funds, a FT 710. So we're going to have a big prize this year. We're going to have several HTs, FT60. We just had an FT4X donated to us a minute ago. We have a laptop coming, a little 7-inch Windows PC that was donated. Our sponsors so far are Ham Radio Outlet, DX Engineering, Ed Fong donated an antenna, Alpha Antenna donated 5 gift certificates, PowerWorks donated a power pole bag worth about $100. Paovi, I think that's how you say his name. They donated a cage for a 7300 or a 9700. TalkPod is supposed to be sending us an HT. I don't have the details on that one yet, and I still have a lot of feelers out there, so we're gonna have a lot of great prizes. So buy some tickets, man. So there you go. There'll be more, and we'll be updating them on the website as we get confirmation on this.
Thank you, Aaron, for all your work on that. It's exciting. Jim, if you could come up here briefly and speak about the club table and different opportunities there.
Okay, as each of the years, and this is what, number 8 for us, I believe? 9. 9th year we've done this here. We're going to have our club table going. If you have 1, 2, or 3 items that you want to leave at the club table because you want to do the rounds and spend some money, we will have tags for you to put your name, your telephone number, and you can set a minimum on your item if you want to reserve, again. And then potential buyers will contact you. You come back to our club table. You negotiate between the two of you. And if you make a deal, great. You've got more money to go spend as you walk around and do a little bit more shopping. So, men get all the time accused of swap meet kind of stuff where you actually lose ground in what you try to do. Anyway, we'd like to stick to 3 items. Requirement is that at the end of the event, around 11:30, you pick them up if they haven't sold. We're not going to be responsible for disposing of them, as it were. So we'd like for you to go ahead and pick them up. And again, all we need is your name, phone number, and your willingness to meet with a potential buyer.
If someone offers the full price, is it just paid at the spot?
That would probably be something we could check off on the sign-in. And one other thing we're going to do this year is we're asking for hams. You look in your garage, you look under the house, you look in the shack. If you've got something that's there that's got dust on it and you've kind of forgotten what it was and you don't really need it, if you want to make a donation to the club and the club sells it, that will go to the general fund of the club. So we would love to have donations, and I know there are a number of people who've already stepped up and said, hey, you know what? I've got this gear, I haven't touched it in umpteen years. I will donate it to the club will sell it, and then the club gets the funds for that. So you have two ways of doing it. You can donate to the club gets the receipts, or you can negotiate for your own sale, and hopefully you'll make some nice new purchases with the money from the old gear you just sold.
Thank you, Jim, for all of your work on that. Graydon is going to be doing the Elmer tours again, and so we need some new hams. Not new hams. You could be a new ham. You could be a longer-term ham, but we need volunteers to help with the Elmer tours and the test bench. And for all of this stuff, you can contact me, or you can contact that team lead directly. So if you're interested with Elmer tours or helping out with our test bench, that would be great. Scott. I'm going to have Scott, our safety officer, come up here and share what he's been doing and how to keep us safe at this event.
All right, does that work? Hey, it does. Cool. So I am just about done working on the ICS 206 and the ICS 208, which is the med plan and the safety plan. It's kind of going to be going off of last year's plans with a few tweaks to make it more relevant. Some of the more important things is for those who are going to be there, we're going to be there in the wee dark hours of the morning, and keep your head on the swivel, moving vehicles, keep an eye out for everybody. If you have a headlamp, if you've got a headlamp that glows red, that's preferable because white light destroys night vision and it takes longer to recover from it. So if you've got a headlamp that does red, that's great. If you've got a brightly colored reflective vest, if you've got a Class 2 ANSI vest, which is a breakaway vest, if you're working near traffic, they're super handy to have. So if you get snagged by a mirror, it comes off of you versus you get dragged down the road behind the vehicle. Make sure that you guys, during the day, watch each other, the basic slip, trips, and falls and hydration stuff out there, and just be cognitive of everybody else going around out there. If someone does get injured, get a hold of the first aid booth. We'll set up a frequency for that and make sure that we get the proper medical attention where it's needed. As far as communication goes with public safety, if it's something major, I highly recommend you dial 911. I'm going to be sharing our med plan and our safety plan with both with Penryn Fire, South Placer, which is also Loomis Fire, so they've got an idea of what we're doing and kind of where we're going to be at. And so they're aware of the congestion for the area. So just be cognitive of that. Regardless the slightness of the injury, have it come looked at. Don't let it fester into something worse because we need to make sure that you're okay before we send you on down the road. Preventive maintenance or managed health care works a lot better than trying to keep up with the injury after it happens. Other than that, anything else?
No, thank you so much for all of your work on this, filling out those ICS forms, and helping to keep us safe. We're all responsible for that. So we still need help. We have 24 different roles that I'm still trying to fill positions for. I've got some pieces of paper around on the back tables, at the snack table with QR codes. You can just scan the QR code, fill out the form. It'll send me an email. You can talk to me, and I can help sign you up for a position that would be attractive to you. A couple of things that we're looking for in particular is a test bench. I don't have anybody that's doing the test bench at this point, so if that's a service that we'd like to provide, we need to have somebody step in for that. The talk-in, we have a radio frequency, K6IOK. So Brian, AI6US, is going to be working the coffee break net that day. So we'll have that repeater going. We're also gotten permission to use the K6IOK repeater. And so we will have that set up as a talk-in. And so if you like to talk on radios or monitor radios, I could use somebody that's designated to monitor that repeater that morning. And then sanitation, I need somebody just to make sure that when the garbage cans start getting full, that bag gets pulled out, a new bag gets put in there, and then somebody to haul that stuff away. HRO, we do have to remove all of our garbage off the scene. HRO has volunteered their dumpster, so if you have a pickup or something, to be able to haul it over there and drop it off. Elmer tours with Graydon, and then we always need people with setup, tear down, parking, and security. It takes lots of people to do those things as well. So,
Thank you, Aaron. Awesome job.